Okay, let's come back to our Anatomage table and look at some of the major arteries as we leave the heart and go out towards our right upper limb. Now remember, if we're going to leave the heart, as long as we're not going to the lungs, we're going to always start with the aorta. Aorta has several sections to it. First little piece called the ascending aorta is not shown here, but the aortic arch is. Remember, the aortic arch is where that aorta bends and turns, makes a 180-degree bend like you would expect in anything that was an arch. Now, if we leave that aorta, and we're going to go towards the right upper limb like we are, you're going to move out next towards that brachiocephalic artery. So the aortic arch has got three branches coming off of it. The very first branch coming off goes up towards your right upper part of your chest, and that would be blood moving through the brachiocephalic artery. As you move out from there, as that artery passes deep to your clavicle, it's going to become the subclavian artery. As it moves further out and up under your arm in the armpit region, you've got your axillary artery. Next, we see the brachial artery. Remember, brachial region is the region from your shoulder down to your elbow, so that's where you would expect to find this artery here. Now, once you get past your elbow, you can see that it splits into a couple of large arteries, the radial and the ulnar. Now, remember when you look at your forearm, and remember if somebody's in the anatomic position, your upper limbs are at your side and the palms facing forward. Well, remember on the thumb side is where you have your radius, and on your little finger side is the ulna. So when you're in the anatomic position, the radius, which is lateral to the outside, has a radial artery following it. The ulna, medial to the inside, has the ulnar artery. Get down in the palm of your hands, you got palmar arteries, and then of course some digital down in each one of your fingers. So coming back up to the top, we're going to start with the aorta. Now again, only if you're going towards the right will you find a brachiocephalic artery. If you followed these arteries from the heart out to the left side, everything would be the same sequence, but there wouldn't be a brachiocephalic. The aorta has a branch coming off of it, the third one being the left subclavian. But again, if we're going to the right, you'll find a brachiocephalic. Left, you wouldn't. So again, starting at the heart, you got the aorta. Only towards the right, brachiocephalic artery. Then you got right subclavian under your clavicle. Axillary region up under your arm, axillary artery. Brachial from your shoulder to your elbow. And then there's your radial and ulnar. Again, radius is the bone that's thumb side, so that's considered lateral. And then ulna, little finger sides, considered medial. Palm of your hand, you got palmar arteries, and in the fingers you've got digital. So there's some of the arteries of the upper limb. We'll continue with more of those soon.